I could put Bane on one and that weakness Doom
Jody,
on the other and go out in public. I could put money that they will pick Bane. Bane will be way more popular than Dr. Doom. This news is better for DC than Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos coming back for Marvel. Batman is arguably one of the greatest superheroes ever, right? His villains rogue gallery is arguably the greatest villains rogue gallery in existence. Ladies and gentlemen, a Bane movie and a Deathstroke movie in the works? What are we talking about? Bane and Deathstroke? Live action? James, what you got cooking, bro? Sources are telling the Hollywood Reporter that Bane, the super steroid injecting antagonist, who was previously seen in the 2020 film Christopher Nolan movie The Dark Knight Rises, the GOAT! The Dark Knight Rises is fire. And Deathstroke, another popular arch nemesis of the comic book company's fold, are being lassoed together for a movie. The James Gunn, Peter Safran-led DC Studios is developing a script from Matthew Orton. Matthew Orton is a scribe on the upcoming Captain America Brave New World movie. So this guy that they're doing is the writer from Captain America that's coming out, Captain America 4. They hooking up with him to do a Bane and Deathstroke movie. Bruh. Bruh, that's fire. Bane and Deathstroke. How are you going to do that? Is this going to be, my biggest question, is it out of DCU or is it in DCU? Is this going to be like the Joker where you could do a freaking musical? Or is it like, the Batman, with the Matt Reeves Batman? Are you going to do some outward universe or is this for DCU? Is this going to be a mature movie? I would think so. I'm thinking this has rated R written all over it, right? Right? That's if you're going to do outside world. But if you make it in the DCU, you're building up Batman without even having to build him up. You feel what I'm saying? Like a Bane movie alone by, or perhaps he's wondering why someone would shoot a man before throwing him from a plane. It's going to be hard to top Tom Hardy's Bane, but it's not about topping it. Just do your own rendition, do your own thing. I'm cool with it, bro. I'm a huge fan of Bane because of The Dark Knight Rises. Bane in the comics, Bane in the goofball, I think it don't mean to me. Serious threat, break his back, I get it. But I was never into Bane like that. Bane was created to be the physical manifestation of the worst thing Batman has ever experienced. But those type of villains don't seem to be too good because it's those psychological villains that I like for Batman, bro. It's those Riddlers, it's those Jokers, it's those Mad Hatters, Clayface joints, Penguin a little bit. It's a lot of that type of stuff that I really think that where Batman is really tested on that level. And obviously big old mega threats that he has no business fighting those as well. But Bane is that dude, bro. And just to see a movie with not just him, with Deathstroke, I don't know what it tells you, but it tells me that, let's pretend it's DCU for a second. Can we do that? Can we pretend it's DCU? Outside universe, fine. Rated R, bring it tight. But I'm going to be honest, bro. My energy is completely switched. If it's not in the DCU, I don't really give two shits about it. I'm going to treat it like another movie. I will praise it if it's good, but it's out of my mind. The Joker 2, those are nice films. I watched them, but I don't talk about them that much. It's not in the pop culture discussion because it doesn't have that levity like the MCU does, because you got to be in a universe to have real meaning, because you could call back to it. It could be a tie-in to something in the future. It has to have a connection to the universe. So all this other shit that's Elseworld, bro, for sure, bring them. But bro, I only care about the DCU, bro. I only care about what James has planned for the Gods and Monsters chapter and the next chapters and beyond. That's really where I'm at. So this is a DCU, pretending it's a DCU Batman and Deathstroke. Freaking fantastic. I'm coming on myself already. The fact that you got Deathstroke in here is letting me know, like, James, you putting heavy hitters up here. These aren't Riddler, Joker, sinister psychologicals like I was talking about. These are the physical threat villains. These are the villains that could beat the shit out of Batman. These are villains that are going to put Batman to the test physically as well. Bane, put hands on him. That means that the Batman for that Bane is going to be throwing hands. That means we're going to get some action. That means that this Batman is going to be tested. Like, physically, directly, straight up. Which is a good thing. Deathstroke, you're talking about somebody who is an idea on paper. He's better than Batman. On paper, Deathstroke is better than Batman. But Batman is able to sometimes best Deathstroke due to the fact that, because I'm Batman. And I get it, we get it. But if we keep it in a buck, if you ask me, without the, would I rather be a Deathstroke or a Batman? Would I rather have them? I'd rather be Deathstroke because this has juiced up powers where he's like superhuman strong, Captain America type shit. He's got, I think he utilizes a large portion of his mental capacity, which means he has a meta brain, which makes him a genius. His reflex skills are above peak human. His speed is above human. It's all just above where Batman should be. And he's a savage, sinister killer, bro. The swords, the guns, he's a marksman, right on target, right on point. He's a tactician. Bro, these are not no motherfreaking, this ain't chopped liver type of villains here, bro. These are like the elite. And I could just imagine you putting Deathstroke and Bane, and they cross paths. They collide. They have a collision. And we see a freaking Deathstroke and Bane fight before they have one common enemy, the Bat. Wouldn't it be dope in one of the first acts, second act, we see them fight, and then Batman show up and is like, oh shoot, this motherfucker, we got to get this motherfucker right here. Then it's all about the villain and the heroes going at it. I think that's lit, bro. Who do you cast as Deathstroke? I don't freaking know. He has a mask. Doesn't matter. Joe Manganiello, out. Anybody from the Snyder era, out. It's going to be new people. Tom Hardy is Bane, which I think. I know. He did his Nolan thing. I'm cool with it not being Tom Hardy. I don't think that it shouldn't be him. Do someone else, someone completely new. Make it pop. How the costumes look, what would the score be? I'm really looking at this Black Falcon America Part 4, this Captain America 4. I'm really looking at it because depending on how this movie turns out is a very good sign and indicator on how this Deathstroke and Bane movie gonna be. Keeping it 100. Because he's writing both of the movies. Nathan says Marvel is done. Yeah, you feeling this news, huh? Imagine if Nightwing shows up, bro. Oh, Jody gonna play the new Arkham Shadow VR game? Yes. Deathstroke's basically evil super soldier. He's brilliant. He's got all of that. So, like, we're talking about people that is gonna really put you on that level. I don't see how Batman could take them both on. That's why I'm thinking, like, will Batman even be in this motherfucker? Maybe you could put. How do you do a Bane Deathstroke movie without referencing, showing Batman? I think Batman's going to be in it. Briefly, though. I think it's going to be mostly about them two, I think. But, bro, them fighting, them having a battle clashing, that could be some of the most amazing fighting choreography that we've ever seen, potentially. This is huge news, bro, because when it comes to Bane is a pop culture icon now. He's a pop culture icon because of Christopher Nolan. Ah, yes. I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or your body. Bro, this guy is amazing. And a lot of people now are putting respect on his name because of that amazing voice, his portrayal, and all that. I think that The Dark Knight is the reason why we're even getting a Bane film. When it comes to Deathstroke, at the end of... Was that the end of BVS, guys? Was it the end credit scene of Batman vs. Superman where we saw the boat and we saw Joe Manganiello take off the Deathstroke helmet and it was him? I ain't gonna lie. I'll keep it a buck. He looked fire as Deathstroke. Not just him per se. That costume was on point. So Deathstroke's costume is going to be really important. Oh, it was Justice League. Okay, yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah, it was Justice League, the end of Justice League. Yeah, he was like, we need to create a villain league of our own. We need a league of our own. Lex Luthor said that shit. So yeah, you're right. Bro, and that was supposed to be a movie. I don't know if you guys remember, but Deathstroke was supposed to be have his own film, right? With Joe Manganiello. And Deathstroke, I think that turned and they converted that into Deathstroke's going to be in the Batman with Ben Affleck starring, Ben Affleck directing, Ben Affleck writing. And it was going to be like Batman trapped in Arkham. He had to get out. I think that was the storyboard, something like that. And then that went away. It went from Ben Affleck producing, directing, and writing to him just directing. Then he wasn't directing in it. Then he wasn't starring in it no more. Then the movie was canceled and scrapped. And that's why we got Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves, the Batman. Let me tell you something. It's always freaked Zack Snyder to the casket drop when it comes to DC. He was absolute garbage for DC, and he is the reason why DC is looked at as a laughingstock. James has an uphill battle with weights on to try to fix the DC's perception that Zack ruined. But I'll be honest, that Ben Affleck solo Batman movie with Deathstroke of him being in Arkham seems way better. And I still want that movie more than I wanted and still want that Batman movie with Robert Pattinson. I think that Ben Affleck's Batman movie was going to be better than the Batman. We'll never know. We'll never be able to prove it, but that's just my thoughts on it. I really wanted to see that film, but it's never going to happen, never going to come. This is epic, though. This type of shit is what's going to do exactly what I said. DC over Marvel by 2025. And if you don't motherfucking agree with me, you can call in. The phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys to call in. The moderator, there it is. Stevenson already put the link in the chat. Click his link. The moderators that have blue names will put the link in there for you guys to call in. Here's my statement. This news is better for DC than Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos coming back for Marvel. I said it. This is better news for the DCU and DC fans than Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom with the Russo brothers for Marvel and the MCU. You got a problem with it? Big whoop. Want to fight about it? Pull up. Pull on up. Here's why. The MCU already had its thing going for itself. MCU had a plan. If it wasn't for Jonathan Majors running from that white girl and getting fired because of it, Robert Downey Jr. would never have come back as Dr. Doom, guys. Do you guys realize that? Marvel had its way. It was putting out mid-movies, Ant-Man, Quantumania, Thor Love and Trash, did the Guardians 3 thing, Wakanda Forever, the Marvels, and they were losing money. That was their plan. Those are the movies that they had slotted. And still, when those movies were coming out, and people like myself, people with honor and integrity, was calling those movies out and critiquing them like you guys are supposed to entrust me to do, be honest with my opinion, we were getting hated for it. Oh, you don't know good movies. Oh, you're a fanboy. Oh, la, la. No. Marvel was shitting the bag, and they were bringing stale chips to my Mexican restaurant with this salsa. A delicious salsa, the heroes, and these stale chips, the movies, wasn't working. And I'm just calling it out. And people couldn't take it. Now it's more accepted, the fact that MCU's effing up, because Feige and all those others came out and admitted to it. But for DC, bro, we need this. Superman is the shining light that we are all looking forward to, that I believe and I hope will change people's minds on DC, that I hope will bring people into DC, that I hope will make people Superman fans. Every single Captain America MCU fan out there is a Superman fan in disguise. They just don't know it yet. That's why this is bigger for DC, because to see Bane and Deathstroke, these are heavy hitters. These are characters that are going to challenge Batman physically, and when it comes to being physically challenged, that's nothing but good news to me, because that's going to be good action, good set pieces, a more serious story with, you know what I like? Stakes, baby. Oh, the stakes. You heard what I said, Evol. This shit is more important for DC than Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos coming back for Marvel MCU.
Now, normally I would agree with you on this one, but I slightly still think that Robert Downey Jr. is bigger because it's Doom, and Marvel needs the course correct. And what better way to do it with Robert Downey Jr.? But
I agree with what you just said, though. I just agree with what you just said. I agree with that statement you said. Overall, bigger. Robert Downey is bigger than all this shit. But I said bigger for Marvel versus this being bigger for DC.
So if we talk about in comparison, then
yes. Of course, Robert Downey Jr. come back is big.
Yeah, everybody's been asking for Deathstroke. People, when they first saw him at the end of the Justice League film, people were looking forward to that Deathstroke Ben Affleck Batman movie. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that Robert Downey Jr. coming back is gonna bolster Marvel as much as this movie can bolster DC, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, Marvel's already at the top. People love it already. Robert Downey Jr. is not changing that.
And then they already got a Teen Titans movie planned. Now that you're saying Deathstroke's coming into play.
Damian's introduced. Damian's the Robin. Yeah.
Batman already has a Damian. You got the Bat family already established. So Nightwing's here, Red Hood, Tim Drake, all of them. So Batman gonna have to know how to fight. That's all I know.
Facts. Batman gonna need to know how to fight, and he's gonna need help.
Yes, definitely.
He's gonna need help. That's where, Damian comes in. So, like, I think that this is freaking great, bro. I don't see anything. I can't spin this in a negative way.
And don't Sony this PG-13 Venom. Nah, this needs to be rated R.
Rated R in the DCU, I don't think they're gonna do that. If it's DCU, I'm convinced PG-13. If it's out of the DCU, then I would think rated R.
Well,
you think that James will make a DCU in the universe rated R movie? Deadpool was.
Actually, remember, they got what's his name, James Mangold directing Swamp Thing. That's rated R in the DCU.
Does Swamp Thing already have a director tied to it and everything?
Yeah, James Mangold.
Isn't that on Max though? Or is that a movie?
No, that's film.
Oh. I forgot. They had a Swamp Thing on the list, didn't they? He put a Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that. That's what makes me. That's just like obscure.
But I know they're trying to deal with different genres, the horror genre, all that. But definitely this needs to be a rated R. But the story, that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do these two juggernauts meet?
What's the common guy? I mean, I would think Gotham. Maybe they're trying to hit the same job, same target.
You know what? Probably. They're assassins for hire because Bane is an assassin as well. Slade's Deathstroke's an assassin. They get hired, same job, come into contact with each other, go at odds.
What about this? I don't know
like
what
that.
it was. I don't know if I got this from a video game, something. The Riddler hired Deathstroke to protect him or some shit like that, and those clashed that way. Somebody was after somebody, like Bane could be after like someone to kill him, Joker or whatever, but Joker pays Deathstroke to protect him, and that's how they could clash. I got that from a video game.
It was one of the Arkham games. I think Arkham Origins. They hired different assassins. Bane was there, Deathstroke, and it was like whoever could get the first. Deadshot was in there. Whole bunch of killers. But there may be other rogues in this film, not just Deathstroke and Bane.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You could put a lot of motherfuckers in here, bro. The rogues gallery could be teased all up and through this movie.
You could literally make a whole thing strictly off the rogues gallery. But instead of the groundedness, I like the who's that? Oh, that's Trixie. I like the groundedness with like the Nolan and all that, but give me that fantasy stuff, because Batman deals with super soldiers, mutants, all that all the time.
Yeah.
I don't need that. Oh, he's just strong. Nah, give me that Venom. I need Bane with the Venom. I need Deathstroke backflipping, kicking, slicing people in half. I need all that.
Evil, I feel like you capping, my nigga.
Before you go with your
before you go with your
look at Roshan. Yeah, hold real quick. Roshan, I'm gonna unmute you in a second. Someone said this trash Superman suit. Stop amping up DC. You don't even know what they have yet. So far, it's underperforming. How can you say it's underperforming?
Underperforming?
Wow.
Wait,
how they underperforming?
In one comment, you accused me of giving it gas while you're gassing its downfall without having any evidence of anything. The movie's not out yet. We haven't even seen a trailer.
It came out yet, bro.
What the heck is going on here? Hey, real quick, I see a Jody on the stream real quick. I'm about to unmute her. What's up, Roshan? What's up with it? Hello.
Hi, man. You good?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. You from the UK, ain't you, in it? I want to go to your ends, fam.
Yeah, absolutely. We're from Essex. They are the proper ends.
The proper ends. Oh, shoot. I'm going to go ahead and...
Yeah, we keep inviting you over. What are you saying?
If you invite me over, I'm coming over.
Yeah, I bet you fucking are.
Would you want me over?
Anyway, the new film, man. I don't know a lot about films, but I think he looks hot with that metal mask on, so I'm all over it.
Hey, okay, so what do you think? Are you more of a fan of Marvel or DC?
DC, I reckon, but I ain't a big fan of any of it, to be honest. But I like the hardcore and I like the action, so let's do it.
Roshan, you look like you like a good time. You like good times?
I do. I'm Irish and Italian and Essex, so yeah.
Hey, I got good time written all over me. Me and you can get together and Trixie, we could really have some fun. What do you think of it?
You've got no idea how much fun we'd have.
Ain't nothing but a flight away. All right, girl, you keep on playing. Keep on, girl.
You don't know what to do now, do you?
Yeah, I know exactly what to do. I'm just live. I can't say.
Yeah, absolutely. You got my number. You got my name.
Oh, it's on and popping in. It's on like Donkey Kong. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, no, Donkey Kong.
That's a reverse Oreo, man.
Yeah. So we got a dude in there hating, talk about Superman. What is this?
Hey, stop covering up my face. Stop covering up my face.
What you say? Stop covering. What are you talking
about? Stop covering up my face.
What's going on?
Oh,
my face.
I see. My bad, bro. I got you, bro. You gonna show your face, motherfucker? Let me get on that. There we go. All right, so yeah, Evil, you're a Superman fan. I want you to address my man's, bro. As he says, Jody, stop hyping this up with this ugly suit. You ain't even seen nothing yet. This movie is already underperforming. This is what we're getting.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay. Yeah, we hear you.
Now, first off, what has Marvel put out recently consistently since Endgame? Because story-wise, they haven't hit nothing. It's really been eye candy, fan service. Deadpool and Wolverine, for example. It was great seeing them together doing all the cool stuff, but it was that story was trash.
That's the only thing. That's a great movie.
Yeah, but what has DC been doing though?
We're rebooting right now. We're in a rebooting phase.
That's the point.
Can't judge us yet.
How can you judge something you haven't seen yet?
Right.
You haven't seen nothing yet, Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
DC hit the hard reset button.
Yes.
You haven't seen nothing, so
how long y'all been reset for 2 years?
Because every complaint I hear,
how long is reset gonna be?
Hold on, Qui-Gon. Every complaint I hear is on DCEU.
Yes.
Y'all can't say nothing about the DCU because you haven't seen nothing yet.
Though.
All right, but that's the past though. Like that's what my man is on. We have a new thing coming out. 2025 is when you will see the first product of the DC.
And John Bapp, Superman is better than Spider-Man.
No, he's not. Okay, and first of all, this movie, Bane and Deathstroke, is not bigger than Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos coming back. It's not bigger. No.
It's bigger for DC than Robert Downey for Marvel.
Facts, John Bapp.
Marvel didn't need Robert Downey Jr. to come back as Doom. A lot of people are upset that he's not coming back as Iron Man. What the freak you doing coming back as Doom?
Like me.
You don't need dessert either, but it's still better to have it. What are you talking about?
But we got meat and potatoes with Bane and Deathstroke. You just proved my point for me. Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doom is dessert. Bane and Deathstroke getting a movie in the DCU under James Gunn is the meat and potatoes, friend.
It's not a proven commodity yet.
That's true.
Exactly, Jody. You can't say it's meat and potatoes if we don't know how this Cat movie gonna be. But this all depends on if that Cat movie is good.
I'm calling it meat potatoes in the sense of their IP, the characters being in a movie. Obviously, we need to wait to see the movie before we call the movie meat and potatoes. But I'm saying it's a meat and potatoes announcement and casting.
For DC fans.
Correct. That's why I said for DC, this is bigger for DC than Robert Downey Jr. for Marvel as Doom.
No. And DC with his villains have been consistent.
But the fans wanted Dr. Doom after we had Endgame. So but they gave us Kang. So I mean, essentially they given us exactly what we wanted just at the end, but just at the end. So in the icing on the cake was RDJ. So I mean, to say that this Bane team up movie is a bigger deal. I mean, I would say at the very least they're equal, just because that's something that the fan base wanted. But I mean, this Bane team up movie is unproven.
Right.
Because
Bane and Deathstroke are more popular than Doom is, homie.
That's cat.
What's up? What's up?
I don't know about that.
All right, let's talk about it. Who knows who Doom is outside of the comic books?
Everybody does. What are you talking about?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Dr. Doom, one of the most popular villains. Come on.
Dr. Doom, I think Doom is the most popular villain in Marvel Comics. But we talking comics.
I wouldn't say he's the most popular villain. I would say he's top 5. I mean, he's not the most.
Whoever you got. We're talking comics, nigga.
In film.
In film? You ain't seen Dr. Doom since like 2000.
Okay, if we're talking film, it's not
and then
Dr.
05.
Doom. If we're talking film, it's not.
I'm talking about popularity. The Dark Knight trilogy had Bane in it.
And you really think Bane is more popular than Dr. Doom? Come on, man.
Absolutely.
Nah.
He's a Batman.
In terms of film,
he's a Batman. He's a Batman villain.
Comics, no.
Batman's villains are the most popular villains in comic books.
He's arguing a different argument. Like that's not.
I argue that like
more people. That's crazy.
Like top 10, but he's not top 5.
No.
You're thinking as a person who reads comic books. You're not thinking as a general human on this planet. More people will know who Bane is than Dr. Doom if you poll them.
No.
Actually, yes. If John, like John Bapp said, John Bapp brought up the general audience argument. General audience knows Bane more simply off the fact of the Christopher Nolan.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't believe. No,
it was a pop culture phenomenon with the Bane voice. That voice was a meme for years.
Yes, but dude, how many people in general public be quoting that Dr. Doom from those Fantastic Four movies versus Tom Hardy's
Nobody
Bane?
Remembers that Doom outside of us.
But
okay, that was a poor portrayal of Dr. Doom, but everybody knows
my point exactly.
And that movie
so
everybody knows
Dr. Doom Bane more.
Yes, they do.
Then if you don't read comics, you're not a Marvel fan.
Correct.
You simply go to the movie. I like superhero movies.
Correct.
Okay, so you're saying
they know Bane more. General audience knows Bane more.
Are you saying they know Deathstroke? They don't know Deathstroke.
Now Deathstroke, yes, you
Deathstroke
have an argument
has been
with
in
Deathstroke,
a lot of animated movies.
Bane
is hands down the most popular.
Bigger than art.
Actually, no. You can argue Deathstroke because of the
video
Teen
games,
Titans popularity.
Those video games, bro. The animated movies,
the animated
all that
series.
shit, bro. He was in.
Dr. Doom is a staple of villainy in.
You're thinking as a comic book reader.
No,
you are a small population.
No, not just as a comic book.
No, I'm not.
Jody.
No.
Dr. Doom has.
When's the last time you seen
Doom
him?
has been in more games than Bane has.
When have you seen Dr. Doom on screen? When's the last time you saw him?
No, we're going by games. You just said games.
No, everything.
We could go by
you
games.
You could do everything.
Marvel versus Capcom.
Yes,
yes, yes.
Yes, and there's been 3 of them. He showed up in all. There's 4 of them. He showed up in all 4.
3.
Yeah.
3 movies.
You also have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, which Dr. Doom was in both of those.
Are you going to compare those to Batman games? Batman games. What are we doing?
We got the Injustice games. We got the Arkham series.
What are we doing?
We got the Teen Titans Go. We got Teen Titans animated movie. We got the Teen Titans show. Bane and
who has
and
the most?
The Dark Knight
who has the most
know
popular
about
video games out of any superhero?
Batman.
It's Batman.
Yeah, it's Batman.
And Bane is in some of those games.
Marvel ain't got that.
They don't. The animated movies, DC, Batman. Batman has the most animated movies. He has more animated movies for himself than all of Marvel.
Yes. DC gets the advantage in the other markets besides film.
I understand what you're saying, John Bapp, but Evil, I understand what you're saying too, because I would say, when it comes to villains, I got Doom over Bane. That's as like a tier list, like his importance to the characters and how bad he is. The big bad, Doom over Bane. We're talking about popularity. We're talking about people who identify and know Bane. Bane is more popular than Dr. Doom.
I do not agree with that.
Why? Why don't you agree with that?
Dr. Doom is like the first.
Yeah, I disagree with that too.
So let's start with John Bapp, and then we're going to go to you, Christian. So John Bapp, tell me why you disagree that Bane is more popular than Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom is synonymous with supervillain. You don't have to read a comic book. Synonymous with supervillain. Dr. Doom is.
And who are these people that know that he's synonymous with supervillain? What type of people are those?
Huh? What?
It is
the
it is the comic book reader and Marvel fan that put Doom as synonymous with supervillain, not the general public.
So you don't think DC people know who Dr. Doom is? That's what you're saying?
Those are comic book readers. Yes, just off of being in the genre, comic book heads, comic book readers know these people, but comic book readers are 0.1% of the general
He's saying
population.
Nobody know that cloak, Monica. Nobody know that cloak. Nobody know that mask.
He's talking about general audience.
There's like a rapper that was like based on Dr. Doom, and that like Dr. Doom is a staple in like the collective consciousness. Like, what are we talking about?
You're still talking like a comic book guy. You can't.
There's a rapper who looks like Dr. Doom. I think he died a couple of years ago.
Who's this rapper? He's not important. Who's that? Who?
No, you're missing the point. MF Doom. He based his look on Dr. Doom.
So what?
After Dr. Doom.
So what does that mean? That means almost nothing. He's a nobody rapper.
It's not just comic people who knows who Dr. Doom is.
I'm pretty sure he's a comic person. I'm pretty sure he reads comics and raps. That's why he called himself Dr. Doom.
And he even had a mask that looked like Dr. Doom.
Definitely.
Like, come on, man.
All right, John. I like. It seems like it's hard for you to get out of your own box and see as a general audience through their eyes.
So you're telling me you speak for the general audience?
Yes, I think so.
You speak for the general audience.
Yes, I say that.
Baloney.
I say that
Baloney.
because I'm out here and I have the channel and I hear what they think. I review for almost 10 years. I know what I know the common denominator is the least when it comes to them. And I understand that they're a visual people. It's really about cool factor and visual and impact. Bane was in The Dark Knight Rises, which grossed $1.2 billion. Doom doesn't even know what that looks like in any of his movies. And when Doom was in his last movie, people hated him. Doom is hated in the movies. He's garbage.
But they already knew who he was. Whether he's portrayed well or not, they still knew who Dr. Doom was.
Only the people who watched those movies and the comic book heads.
So you're telling me people that watch that movie is like, oh, wait, who's this Dr. Doom character?
Yes.
No, they always knew that Dr. Doom was synonymous
I
with
guarantee you people were first introduced to who Dr. Doom was in that first Fantastic movie in the early 2000s.
Maybe kids. Maybe
grown
kids.
adults.
I got introduced into Dr. Doom in a cartoon.
So
there
if we're
you go.
saying today,
Exactly. That's exactly what I was about to bring up.
I
was
got
6 years
introduced in
old.
cartoon.
That was exactly what I was about to bring up.
All right, but Qui-Gon, you're answering my question because you were 6 years old when the movie came out. What are we talking about? I just said kids. I just said kids.
If we say today's moviegoers go to the film today, most people will know who Bane is off the strength of the Nolan film.
Yeah, but Doom
So in terms of
was ruling shit. Could I
popularity in
jump this
today's
real quick?
society,
In a
for
second.
general,
Hold on.
it's Bane.
I want to make one more statement before we go to Chris. I still got to get Chris. Chris got to give his take. There was a time, ladies and gentlemen, where no one really knew who Iron Man and Captain America were, bruh, until the
Correct.
MCU put respect on their names. There was a time where Bane was more popular than Captain America and Iron Man.
Go ahead, Burger.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you gotta get Chris.
No, Chris, go for it.
Kristen Black.
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, first off, people knew. I agree with John Babb. The reason why people knew about Dr. Doom was not because of those movies. The reason why the adults knew about Dr. Doom was because when they were kids, they saw a cartoon called Fantastic Four, when the main villain of that was Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all kids that grew up in the 80s and the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
There was also a old TV show of Fantastic Four. Guess who was the main villain of that? Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is so much in the zeitgeist of our culture that you've had rappers named after Doom. You have actual like shoes that were modeled after the Fantastic Four, and they had a Dr. Doom shoe, and Nike made it. That's how much it was like Dr. Doom was ingrained in the culture. Bane just literally had one movie.
He was in Batman and Robin.
Two. I'm sorry, two. Yes. But I would argue the Bane and the Nolan movie wasn't really the character. He was the character in name only.
He wasn't even a good portrayal of Bane.
No, he wasn't. He was just Bane in name only.
Good portrayal.
And that was it.
See,
there has yet to be a good portrayal for
Doom.
Doom.
Tear apart every Marvel iteration in live action if that's the case.
There's no good portrayal of Doom, my nigga.
There is no good portrayal of Doom.
I'm not saying that. I agree.
But they know who he is, though, Qui-Gon.
Yes,
they know.
They know the.
If they knew who he was, then, Chris, if they knew who he was, then those movies would have sold more. No one watched those movies.
That's not true. And
Why?
we have proof of that.
Why?
We have proof of that in the MCU.
What's the proof?
And in the Fox movies, people knew who some of these X-Men were.
Tell me your proof.
But some of them X-Men movie didn't do good.
They did better than freaking Fantastic Four with Doom in it.
That's the name on the marquee. Fantastic
Yes.
Four. Fantastic Four isn't as big as the X-Men or Justice League.
Doom is a Fantastic Four villain. So how good is you when your heroes suck?
Okay, we can't use Jody. You not about to sit here and seriously use that argument.
Doom was not popular. The Fantastic Four suck, and that motherfucker's down on the popular toe.
Okay, Jody, we gonna use that argument.
I'm only telling you. I'm keeping it a bug. Magneto.
If you want to use that argument, then if that's the case, you want to use that argument, then that is the reason why the Dark Phoenix movie didn't do good. That's the reason why the X-Men Apocalypse didn't do good.
Yes, the Phoenix.
Even though
the Phoenix is not that popular either. Only by comic book people know that.
What?
I'll say it again. The Phoenix is only known and revered by comic book knowers.
That's
not the general public.
Jody, there's a whole X-Men series that focused on, and they had a 3-4 episode part that focused on Phoenix.
Who was watching that?
You people when kids, our generation when we were kids watched the X-Men cartoon.
Yes, us children.
No, I'm saying when we were kids, we saw that in the X-Men original series.
Yeah.
So much so that every X-Men show out after that has tried to duplicate that Phoenix saga.
The show was great
in their show.
The show was great. The movies are not.
But my point is, Jody, is that if we go off that logic, then you're saying those movies shouldn't have did good.
They didn't.
Apocalypse.
They didn't.
Hold up, Christian Black. Jody, when they showed Dr. Doom in X-Men 97, did they even have to say his name, or did everybody already know who he was?
People who watched X-Men 97 are the ones who know the character. The general public, let me tell you, X-Men 97 was a cultural phenomenon for the ones like us who appreciate and know it. There's a whole bunch of people in the GP that don't even know that show exists.
So Doom making an appearance in that cartoon without being introduced lets you know that people already knew who Dr. Doom was.
I don't have a problem with you saying people. The people that you're talking about are comic book pop culture lovers, not
they weren't. Joey, I have a friend that don't even read comic books, don't know nothing about comic books at all. My wife don't even know nothing about comic books, and she recognizes Dr. Doom.
I bet you she recognizes Bane too. More.
No, she actually doesn't. She doesn't recognize Bane.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you the reason why.
You ain't giving her
the reason why Bane was not recognizable is because even when you watch the Nolan movie, truth be told, and we can all be honest here,
I'd be concerned if my missus was fucking looking at comic books rather than looking at my. Hey, what can I say? I'm from England, mate.
I would be concerned too.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, she got a point, but no, go ahead.
I want to hear Qui-Gon's take on Dr. Doom.
Oh my god, bro.
Qui-Gon, talk. Come on, bro.
Maybe you should show her your Dr. Doom, babes.
And then pull the cloak out with the meat hanging down. Qui-Gon,
you fucking know. Don't know. Let's get it all out.
Qui-Gon, your general audience. I consider you.
Yeah.
Because you live in Chicago. You a hood, but you like pop culture stuff. You know, you listen to rap, you like football, you're a typical nigga, right?
Yes,
so tell me, talk to me. What's your opinion, bro? I'm hearing Cap today.
To be honest, bro, with the whole it's supposed to be like I forgot, it's Deathstroke with Bane supposed to be a movie happening. So if that is true, that's
damn glitched out. I did say he's in Chicago. The internet ain't all that great there. You know what I'm saying? He's in an area where...
Dang, bro. You going on all of Chicago's internet?
Yeah, bro. Just Philly, too. Shoot, goddamn.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, you good right now, though. Yeah, shockingly, you are good.
At least his hair looks on point, now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go through what you want to...
Hey, yo, Jody. 5-Star made a good point in the chat.
Freak the chat. Let's go in
He was hot. Where's he gone?
Yes, they put him in Fortnite to bank on the Robert Downey Jr.
Y'all telling me
publicity.
Doom's not big like that, but yeah, he's top 3 most known villains. Come on, what are you talking about?
Right.
Exactly. Like, what are we doing?
Y'all, we are thinking because of our age. We grew up with that. Yes. Mentally, we know who Dr. Doom is.
Yes.
But we're talking about this new audience, these new up-and-comers that like 2005 and on. Young people will recognize Bane more because the simple fact, for the last decade or so, he's been mean to the heavens. The iconic lines, the quotes, simply off that. I haven't heard a Doctor Doom quote unless you are a comic book or watch the animated series.
You're not.
Okay.
You could scroll. You could scroll a timeline on social media and come across Bane. You ain't seeing
Yes,
Dr.
that's
Doom.
what I'm saying. General audience in terms of popularity today. If you don't read comics, you don't watch the animated series, you didn't grow up with Doctor Doom and all that.
Right,
Bane is more
back.
popular.
Right, Evo, push the goalpost back.
Yeah, like
keep doing it. Keep pushing the goalpost back, Evo.
No, that's what Jody was saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
if
so
you
Evolve.
if you didn't watch the animated series, if you
Yes,
didn't do
that's
this,
what he
if you
keeps
didn't
telling
do
you.
that,
In
if you
terms
didn't
of
do that,
general audience popularity, it's Bane in media.
Evolve. When did Dark Knight Rises come out?
2012.
Okay, so if you say 2012 and you said from 2005, how old were those kids? If they was born in 2005, they would be in 2012.
Well,
7 or 8.
So a 7 and 8 year old is going to recognize Bane.
Correct.
No, they're not.
No, he wasn't in anything prior to that like that.
What'd you say, 5-star?
He wasn't in anything big like that prior to.
Thank you. Outside of Batman and Robin, he wasn't in anything.
What was Doom doing in 2005 and so on?
I can tell you, he was in 3 Marvel vs. Capcom games because they remade 2.
How old were you to play those video games?
What?
What'd you say?
Again, you're referencing a small target audience that are familiar with Marvel already. So you're a Marvel fan buying Marvel vs. Capcom who already knows the characters you grew up with.
Even if you're a Capcom fan, even if you're a Capcom fan, you get the game, you're recognizing Doom. But
Which I also question when you said your wife recognized Dr. Doom. How does she know who Dr. Doom is? She had to be introduced to him sometime in her life.
I like how you guys are pretending Batman the Animated Series is not the most popular cartoon of all time. Even over X-Men.
But that's the actual appearance of Bane, and he looks like Bane. Nolan's portrayal of Bane did not look like the actual Bane.
We know visually, yes. We know that. But
okay,
we're talking about character of Bane because we all know in the MCU, a lot of those characters aren't their comic book counterpart.
Okay. Were people more excited to see Bane, or were people more excited to see Doom finally show up?
No, people were more excited for Robert Downey Jr.
That is a moot point. That doesn't matter.
It does matter. Because
no, it doesn't.
It goes to show who is bigger in general.
I'll tell you who they're excited to see. They were excited to see Robert Downey Jr.'s face.
Robert Downey Jr.
It was Robert Downey Jr.'s face that got them excited.
Because that's all they don't talk about Dr. Doom. They talk about Robert Downey Jr.'s back. Robert Downey Jr.
Look at the headlines. Look at the headlines. It all says Robert Downey Jr. They don't even put Doom in the back.
Right. So don't say that a Bane and Deathstroke movie will be bigger than Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos.
But
don't say that.
I'm not saying that.
That's the ultimate point.
That's not what I'm saying.
Which is
better. I said
you say which is better for Marvel and which is bigger than
I'll
DC.
reiterate what I said, John Babb. I said that Bane and Deathstroke is bigger for the DCU than Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Dr. Doom and the Russos for the MCU. The MCU doesn't need them. Absolutely. The MCU been doing his thing.
The MCU didn't need Robert Downey Jr. to come back.
The MCU is.
It's like you're rich and someone gives you $100,000 versus when you're broke and someone gives you $100,000. Who needed it more?
Had $1 billion film.
Who's it bigger for? The poor person.
The same thing
the
can be
MCU
said about
has
Robert Downey Jr. can be said about Tom Hardy. Because when you think
you
about
whispering and shit, can you Bo speak? What the freak?
She said Tom Hardy.
She might be at work.
I'm at work and y'all hollering, so I've been trying to say something.
I can hear you now. Go for
12 minutes of my break.
All right, go ahead.
I was just saying the same that y'all saying y'all hype about Robbie Downey over fucking Dr. Doom, even though Dr. Doom is a bigger villain and a bigger IP and means more to the actual universe that he's in impact. Versus Bane, who was portrayed by Tom Hardy for kids that were born in the last 15 years, since he had a successful movie. That portrayal of that character is more about that actor, not that actual character. Because if you pulled up a picture of Bane, what he looks like, and a picture of Dr. Doom, you're going to get a lot of people that recognize Dr. Doom over Bane, but
Yeah.
they're going to recognize if you put Tom Hardy in a picture of they played Dr. Doom originally, they're going to recognize this. Oh, that's Tom Hardy dude.
Bane,
But the
They're not
issue
going to
is-
say Bane. I bet you that.
None of that.
The issue
I hear you,
is
but none of
Robert
that
Downey
matters.
Jr. is bigger than Dr. Doom, and that should not be
Deathstroke
the
is
case.
also in the same boat because a lot of motherfuckers that are not comic book inclined and not
Yes.
fucking animated TV,
Don't
they
know
are
who
not going to
Deathstroke
recognize Deathstroke either.
I put Deathstroke and Doom around the same category. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Teen
That
Titans really good.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Most people know that.
Only comic book people know, and I'm not hearing anything to the
They know
contrary.
Slade.
What I'm
They'll
hearing,
say Slade before they say
I'm
Deathstroke.
hearing people who
Slade.
cannot
Slade.
differentiate
They'll call him
comic
Slade
book
before they
heads
call
from
him
the
Deathstroke.
general audience. That's what I'm hearing. 5-star, talk
Jody,
to
this
me.
is a whole lot of cap.
Hey, Jody, like Bolin said, most people will look at Deathstroke and say, "Oh yeah, that's Slade." They won't even call him Deathstroke because of Teen Titans.
You. What
He
are
got
we
his
doing?
popularity through Teen Titans.
That's true.
Okay.
It's called Slade.
Now what?
Called Deathstroke.
What,
It's like
Hey,
what point
it's
did
a
you what
moot
point did
point.
you make here? What do you want me to do with that?
Because
I
of
don't
that.
know. I don't know what the fuck he did with that.
So you're saying people know Deathstroke's real name more than they know Dr. Doom's real name?
But they don't recognize him as Deathstroke.
It's still
They just
Deathstroke,
recognize him as Slade.
Okay.
People don't even know that Deathstroke's real name is Slade Wilson.
Exactly. They don't know who. They think it's two different characters.
I'll put
Exactly.
Doom.
I agree
I
with
will
that.
put
I
Doom
agree with
over Deathstroke. I'm not putting Doom over Bane.
That's
over Bane.
that's wow.
He's not.
Because of that success of that one movie.
No.
Exactly.
Batman, the animated
Yeah.
series,
I
the
think y'all
Arkham
missing the
games,
point.
the Batman
Y'all
games,
missing
the
the point.
Batman animated films, and the one thing you're leaving out, the pop culture phenomenon that was Bane on
I
the
thought we were
internet.
talking about the general public.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. I'm
this
talking
day,
about the pop culture phenomenon on the internet.
y'all quote a
the
Dr. Doom
memes
quote to me right
on
now.
Twitter,
Wait,
on
what Arkham
Instagram.
game you talking about?
I don't know that you both.
Arkham. He's only
Yeah,
Arkham
yeah.
Origins and
Hey,
Arkham
but Qui-Gon, I bet you could quote a Bane quote.
Yeah.
Man,
Because
Okay.
you're
But
including
that's
all
the
of-
guy-
Jody.
I got a question, Jody, though.
I like how you limited
Oh,
it just.
fuck.
What's your question, Bo?
You're including all of the pop
Because
culture
that's what we're
phenomenon when
talking
it
about,
comes
John
to
Beck.
Bane, but you're excluding all of the ones that came for Dr. Doom.
Doom doesn't have a phenomenon. He has none outside of comic books.
The video games.
What?
Bane's
Outside of
phenomenon.
video games and comic books,
Bane's
Dr. Doom has not
phenomenon
been successful in
was
film.
on the internet. I said memes. The Bane memes, the Bane quotes on Instagram, Twitter. People who never seen Bane know Bane because of his iconic memes. And He's all over the internet. You ain't seeing Doom on nobody's feed who doesn't watch comic book stuff.
Doom has not been successful.
Yes,
in
you
film.
do.
No, you don't.
Created well after.
Dr. Doom precedes social media, but he's still more popular.
Sure,
than Bane.
I'm into comic book. I don't see Doom.
Right.
Doom ain't anywhere I'm watching.
He's in your collective consciousness, though. You don't.
All
need
right,
to see
Exactly. Like this, it's the same thing with Joker. You don't need this. You don't need somebody to give you a Joker quote, but you know who Joker is.
But you always see Joker. though.
Sure, but Joker is just another proof that I'm saying Bane's villains usurp all of those Marvel villains.
This is wild.
You said you talking about Batman? villain.
Yeah,
Batman's
Batman.
I'm on my bad.
Batman's Rogue
Batman
Gallery.
villains.
Franchise.
Batman
Oh,
villains.
Yeah.
Batman's rogue gallery is hoeing all of Marvel's.
Yes, you're correct.
The close.
I
the
mean, yes,
closest is
that's
Spider-Man.
right.
The
No. What,
closest is
what
Spider-Man.
makes that true? Let's obviously you guys are gonna say the Joker. I think Bane is a top 3.
Nah.
No.
And DC.
5, yes.
People
3,
know more
no.
about Bane
So
than
Bane is
they
not a
came to
top
conquer. They
3
gave
Batman
him
villain.
Yeah.
Who is in
That's
your
true,
top
Bo.
3?
Say that again, Jody.
Christian Black said Bane is not a top 3 Batman villain. Who's the top 3 Batman villains?
Oh my God.
Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Two-Face.
No,
I wouldn't even.
Ra's
put
al
Raz-
Ghul is not
take
in
I
there.
wouldn't even put. I'll put Rise up there, but I would have said Joker,
Two-Face is not
Rise.
top 3.
If you ain't
Two-Face
saying
is not
Mr. Freeze or Penguin, I don't want to hear over
Throw them
Bane.
old
I just
niggas
said-
out of here, my
Bro,
nigga.
Mr. Freeze.
All them
Penguin.
old out of here, my nigga.
Riddler,
Bane
bro,
is over Trump. Them.
he is.
Like,
No,
That's
we're
wild.
talking about today's
That's
society.
wild. Why would today know who Doom is? They only know Doom for being in Fantastic in 2014 and thinking he's
No.
a clown.
And personally, I do have Dr. Doom over Bane, but in today's society, they do not.
But what are we doing?
What was the last thing? Okay, what in 5 years? What was Bane in?
Harley Quinn series that got 3 seasons.
Okay, great. How many people?
And it's been successful.
So
So
Evo,
Yeah, I know.
so the general population.
Yo, nerd nigga on the side.
So let me
I see what's going on here.
So the general public watch that cartoon, Evo? The general public watch
yes,
the
they
cartoon?
are
Cartoon?
from adults to teenagers.
The Harley
It's one
Quinn
of
series was
HBO
pretty-
Max's successful animated series.
Yeah, Harley Quinn was pretty popular.
Okay.
A lot of people watch it.
So
That it
I'd
got
argue.
a spin-off called
3 and
Kite Man,
4.
which
Yeah.
Bane is in as well.
3 and 4 were weak, but the first 2 were really good.
Where's
Okay,
Doom?
and then-
Now where's
and
Doom?
Bane is
Now
in the
where's Doom?
spin-off.
Where's Doom, fellas? Where's he been on TV?
Doom has, okay, well so since you're going to use TV, I'm going to say the same thing for a game. This dude Doom has showed up in Fortnite almost almost just about the same amount, if not more, than most of the other Marvel characters that have shown up.
He was in Fortnite years ago. He was in Fortnite years ago.
Yes,
a skin on Fortnite.
Hold on, listen. Something that is still something that, far as with like paid to play games or like free games that like have currency in there, that this generation is still playing for has been playing it for years.
Don't they have Lola, Bunny, Bugs, Daffy, everybody in pop culture in that freaking game?
And guess what? And guess
Lola
what,
is
Jody?
not in that game.
The point I'm
and guess
making,
what, Jody?
every single person that is popular in pop culture is in that goddamn game.
Bane
And
not
guess
in
what,
there.
Jody? They
I'm
added
sure
Dr.
Bane is in there.
Doom
No,
after the
Bane is
Robert
not in
Downey
Fortnite.
I'm
Jr.
sure Bane
announcement.
has been or is in Fortnite.
No,
They
he has
only
not.
added Dr. Doom after the Robert Downey Jr. announcement, and they're getting
But
the
Dr. Doom
popularity
has
of
evolved.
that announcement
Is that true?
into Doomsday Film.
Batman, I mean not Batman.
Is that true?
Dr.
They added
Doom
it
has
because
been
of
in
the
there
announcement?
before.
Dr. Doom
No,
was in
that's not
Fortnite
true.
years ago.
No, that's not true.
Yes.
Evolve lying for some reason.
Yeah, Evolve is cat.
Why has this recent big surge of Dr. Doom come?
Evolve, tell the whole
They're saying he was in there before
Dr.
that.
Doom was
Get another movie.
Teamed after him, but he already been in the game twice prior to that.
exactly. So
He
what
been
are we
in the game
doing
so
here?
Hold on.
Alright, now
So
you've
Five
been
Star,
biased.
if he's already been in the game prior to that, why haven't I heard you or anybody else talking about it?
Because you don't
He
care
never
about
had a
Doom.
skin in the game.
Because they don't
But
care
I
about
hear
Doom.
more, but I hear more
We're talking
about
about Fortnite.
Bane in the streets and out in
Easy. Easy. You could go into the hood right now and start talking like Bane.
If you
They'll
go
say,
out
hey,
in
you doing the
public,
Bane
you will
voice.
hear more about Bane than Dr.
Yes,
Doom.
that's a fact.
Guaranteed.
People know the Bane voice because Tom Hardy revolutionized that
Guaranteed.
shit, bro. He made it
Okay,
pop.
but
I mean, yeah, but they don't know him as the character.
They do know the character. It doesn't matter. You recognize the character.
You know
More
the name
people
Bane,
see
regardless
Bane,
of the iteration.
Tom Hardy, or whoever
You
you
know
want to
Bane.
pick. They recognize him more than they recognize Dr. Doom. I think most people in the general public, you hold it up to a woman or a man. Is that Iron Man? Most people.
That's Cap.
It's not Cap. You are man. That's
You
crazy.
hold up what-
Why don't you
gonna say
guys
that,
know
Jody?
how
Stop that.
out of touch people are?
Luchador, they're not gonna know this.
$1.1 billion
See, y'all
Captain
are
Marvel
thinking
made.
about
Captain
just
Marvel made
Tom Hardy's
$1.1 billion,
version of
bro. Brie Larson.
We're not talking about that.
Jody, how old is the Dark Knight Rises?
It's 12 years old.
Damn.
Okay, Jody, 12 years old, right? There has been a whole generation of kids that don't know. They may see the meme, but they don't know who that character is.
Yes, they do.
But you want to know
Yes,
what
they do.
has been meme? No.
Doom?
But you know what has been meme
Doom?
though? Dr. Doom using foot dive. That has been memed just as much, if not more,
Really?
than that
I've never
Bane.
seen that in my life. What is
Wait,
that?
that's
That's lies.
Dr. Doom used
Where you getting this from, Christian?
Hold
Like,
on,
that's
so
crazy.
are we going to discredit?
No,
we
it's
going to
I
discredit.
can show you the actual meme, and people
What
use
about
that
here?
meme. That meme. It's
So are we going to discredit Batman in the Injustice video games, Bane in the
Freak
Young
is going
Justice
on
series,
Wait, Christian,
Bane
what
in
you talking about?
Batman Brave and the
What he
Bold,
talking about?
Batman Robin.
There's
No,
people
I'm
out
sorry.
there that really hear
Batman,
this
the Evil
conversation,
Within.
and this is hard. This is hard. I understand. I could jump into Christian Black's world and understand where he's coming from. I could jump into Bolds,
Yes,
5 stars,
logically,
and
Dr.
John
Doom
Babs.
Overall, is
What
the
me
most
and Evil are able to do here is take ourselves out of it and see
yes,
from
I'm
the general
separating
audience
my comic
perspective.
book knowledge
Most people in the general audience don't know shit. Only based off what is popular, what they see off.
They only know that Tom Hardy is Bane. They not thinking
and
that's
okay.
Bane.
That's okay.
Like,
it doesn't matter. It's still Bane.
Yes.
Bane as in,
that's fine.
That doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It's Bane. It's still Bane.
Okay, if you go out in public and someone if you ask somebody who Dr. Doom is, most likely they will get him wrong.
Yes,
he's the guy with the mask. He's the guy with the mask. He's the guy with the mask.
When was the last time you saw that, Evo?
Last time I saw what?
Your example. When's the last time you saw somebody get Dr. Doom wrong? When?
Actually, recently, because
Yeah,
who I was talking to.
I will legitimately.
They didn't know nothing about Dr. Doom. All they knew was he had a metal mask and a green cape.
Oh, so they recognize him then?
Yeah, you recognize him. But I bet you if I go out in public, I bet you if I go
I can take these cue cards right now.
Somebody who
of these niggas here. Y'all remember this? How I tore people up with this?
Oh yeah, Jody.
I can literally put Bane on one. 50 Cent. I can put Bane on one, and that Weekend is Doom
Jody,
on the other, and go out in public. I can put money that they will pick Bane. Bane will be way more popular than Dr. Doom.
I doubt it.
No.
Put some money up. I'll do it for money. Hey, I'll put 100 up. Let's make a pool.
Hey, I just asked my brother.
Hey, if you're confident, put the money.
That's easy money for me.
I'm adding to the pot. I'm adding to the pot.
Bro, what are we talking about? We're talking about niggas. The general public.
Dr. Doom on a cue card and that Tom Hardy Bane.
Most people in the general public didn't even know who this was. They couldn't call him by name.
The new character, Jordan. Whatever character design
that's Michael B. freaking Jordan.
Take that picture out into the world and watch people be confused.
Everybody knew Drake.
Yeah, Drake, man.
Of course, everybody knows Drake.
Nobody, and when I say nobody, 0 out of 0 knew who this was.
I can't even see.
I don't even know who that is.
Hey, John Bapp, that's Philly's finest, man. That's your boy Meek Mill.
That Meek Mill.
That's Meek Mill.
Nobody know that nigga is.
Nobody know Meek Mill. I am because this John Bapp is trying to tell me that he's popular. He's not.
I gotta tell you. Everybody knows who Dr. Doom is.
I'm talking about Meek Mill. Everybody knew him. Everybody knew Drake because that's the general public, bro. You guys don't understand how global reach matters. There were people who had to think for a second, but they knew 50 Cent. Let me show you. No one knew this.
Didn't know Adam Driver.
Nobody knew Adam Driver.
He's in recent movies.
Yeah, I mean, you're white.
He's in a lot of movies, and only like 2 people knew who he was.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Adam Driver.
Even with this picture, half of the people did not know that this was Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, nobody know that he look like a regular.
And I'm in LA.
Yeah, that photo he looks like.
And I'm in LA.
Fast dog, you don't say.
And y'all trying to tell me about the general public.
I said he looked like a regular dude.
All right, what day are you going in public?
People knew who he was.
Yeah.
People knew Tiger Woods.
That's Tiger Woods, my nigga.
Hey, Tiger Woods, my nigga. Yeah, tight. If I show them a picture of Doom next to Bane, the fact that whoever thinks that that more people will pick Doom and say that's Doom, y'all crazy.
You better pick
I mean, man, it's gonna be a time.
Jody, you have to pick the right picture of Doom.
I'll pick whatever picture of Doom y'all want. I'll pick Robert Downey Jr. wearing a mask, and I'm gonna put Tom Hardy's Bane. I'm gonna put Tom Hardy's Bane.
People will say that's Robert Downey Jr. more than that's Tom Hardy.
The classic image.
They will say that's Robert Downey Jr.
I'll take the Dr. Doom image, the popular one, where his cape, where he's doing this with his. I'll put that one, straight out the comic. And I'll put that up against Tom Hardy's Dark Knight Rises Bane, and Bane will be way more popular than that freaking Dr. Doom.
Pick the Bane that's about to come out without the Tom Hardy.
And Jody, make sure they're young. Make sure they're young people, not old heads like us.
Oh, I'm gonna go to everybody. I'm gonna go to everybody. I'm not gonna be biased at all.
I already hear what's going on right now.